So anyways, we're on Bad Boys season 3, episode 6. Did y'all like this episode? It was alright. It kind of started off boring, but it didn't really get good until Big Banga came in that motherfucking house shutting shit the fuck down. So this episode, it opened up with Noel. Noel, he's mad, he's hot, he's furious. He went to bed mad that he didn't go to the club with the boys last night. He mad that he got left off in Bad and Bougie. So he's been real hot and real upset about the situation. So it opens up with Noel. He was told that his aesthetics don't fit the bad boys. So that's why he wasn't invited to the club. So since he was told his aesthetics don't fit the bad boys, he chose to go grab cozy bed and throw it off the balcony and put it inside the pool. So that's how we opened up the show. And the reason he did that was because he got left off of Bad and Bougie. He didn't go to the club last night. So he took it upon himself to go pick up that man's mattress and throw it in the pool like a motherfucking bitch off the motherfucking Bad Girls Club. Period. So right here we have motherfucking Cozy and motherfucking Noel. So I didn't explain why they fought already. And what was I about to say? Cozy, he ain't want to fight for real. But when you go back and watch it and you see Noel ask him, you want to fight? He really didn't want to fight. He has said no. Because I'll be watching it with the captions, as you can see. He didn't really want to fight for real. Because Noel was like, oh, you don't want to fight? Then he was like, hold on, let me put my shoes on. So now you want to fight. And then honestly, that was doing too much. You threw that man bed in the pool. His real reason for throwing it in the pool was because he had to go to sleep and think about it. And then he woke up to the blogs and stuff. What'd he say? He woke up to the blogs and stuff. It's somewhere in here in my notes. That's the real reason why he was mad, because he got left off of Bad and Bougie. It was really uncalled for. It was unnecessary. I don't really think it was that big of a deal. But he had to go to sleep and think about it. And then he wake up to the tabloids saying shit. So that's how he felt about the situation. And they got to fighting. I ain't gonna lie. Cozy, I need to see him fight again. But from what we've been seeing, Cozy can't fight for real. Noel been hitting him in the head with all headshots. Noel, in a way, kind of been giving it to him. So after they get done fighting or whatever, Seis, he comes in the house. And he tipsy. I could tell he was. If you look at him, you can tell he tipsy. Plus, he got that cup in his hand, so you know he tipsy as hell. He don't even know what the fuck that happened. He just found out that the boys just got done fighting. So the boys tell him like, yeah, Noel didn't fall Cozy. So after that, some of the boys, they start leaving the living room. And the only people left in the living room is Seis and John. So Seis walks up to John. Why is you asking John anything? I got pissed off for John. As soon as he spoke to him, I'm like, why is you talking to him? And John even said it, like, why is you talking to me? Take your black ass. No, but for real though, see it. Why is you talking to John? So Seis asked John, did you have something to do with the mattress? John basically like, and if I did, so what? What are you gonna do? No, but for real though, what are you gonna do? Because you've been getting beat up all season. Why is you questioning this man about anything and you know that y'all got beef? Every time you say something to him, you know it doesn't turn out to a good situation. So anyways, after Seis asked John that he had anything to do with it, John like, shut up talking to me. Why is you talking to me? So now John wants to fight. Because why the fuck is you talking to me? And a lot of people probably might not agree with me, but I agree with John. Like, I don't like you. Why the fuck are you talking to me? Shut the fuck up talking to me. Okay, so now you want these hands. So John started taking off his shirt. And John started taking off his shirt. And he about to fight See It. So that's the second fight in the house. Right here. Bam. That's where he questioned him. Did you have something to do with the mattress being thrown in the water? John like, and if I did, what are you going to do? So that's their little altercation right there. John take off his motherfucking shirt because he about to motherfucking squabble with him. And after they get done fighting or whatever, y'all know, of course, John tagged that ass like he been tagging that ass all this season. Seis told John, all you try to do is fuck with me. And you said something to me. See it. Why the fuck is you lying? Everybody done seen on national TV that you started with him. You said something to him. You started fucking with him. So now that he done fucked you up, you feeling some type of way as usual. You be crying victim. And then you be having everybody in the house cry victim with you too, when clearly they see you the one fucking with him. You the one starting with him. So John didn't beat that ass. He feel like John always picking with him. John always got something to say to him. John just always want to fight him. When clearly us as the viewers, we see who the motherfucking problem is. Okay, so what happened after that? So after that scene or whatever, it's like 6 or 7 boys. They in a room, laid up in the bed, looking gay as hell. Hold on, so that's when they squabble right there. John tore his ass up, bum rushed him to the couch, knocking that ass out. So then after that scene, right here, we got like 6 or 7 boys. They all in a room, some of them in one bed, the other ones in the other, looking gay as hell. Y'all know it's kind of sweaty and funky in there. And if that was my bed, y'all would not be sitting on my bed unless there's an extra blanket for y'all to sit on, because I don't like people just sitting on my bed. But anyways, they're boys. They love it. So like I said, it's about 6 or 7 of them all in the room. They talking, having a conversation. So it's Island Boy. He talking about who got a chain. So I guess Jada, he's the first one that got a chain. And then he's saying something to Landon. Basically like Landon and Poodie, y'all could be the next ones up to get a chain, something, something. And then you got motherfucking Sid, aka Seis, saying, well, if anybody deserves it, it's him and Jada, because they running shit in the house. Seis, you ain't running shit in the house, okay? So he said basically they deserve the chain. Seis, Jada deserves the chain before you do. You don't deserve nothing. You don't deserve your chain until everybody get their chain. So that's that situation. So then, did I put this up? I don't think I did. So after they get done with their little conversation or whatever, Korri, he in the room too. I don't think. Okay, yeah, that is Korri. So Korri, he about to get up and smoke because Paris keep telling him, come on, let's smoke. So Korri asks Seis, ain't you from Milwaukee? And Seis tell him back up. It looked like it was about to be a little altercation right there. But Paris kept calling motherfucking Korri and telling him, come on, let's smoke. Like, come on, let's smoke. So while he telling him that, Korri talking to Seis. Korri about to leave out the room and follow behind Paris so they could go smoke. Korri start walking away and he tells Seis, you really like me, nigga. And Seis, he just laughed like he crazy, whatever. Anything, I feel like Korri, he got a crush on Seis. He liking on Seis. So after that, after they go out and smoke or whatever, Island Boy is talking to Landon. Now they're still in the room. They laid up in the bed. Not laid up, but you know, they chilling. Laying in the bed, sitting in the bed. And Island Boy tells Landon he don't like how Poodie and John's so close. I'm like, ooh, what? So he said that did he ever think in his head that Poodie might think John gay? Like, boy, where are you getting all this from, Island Boy? But I guess you could say we see some people, y'all act like, I don't know, I guess you can't be gay and have straight friends. But I guess people, as they see it as viewers, because I've been seeing in some comments and stuff too, they've been like, oh, why is John all up on Poodie? Why is Poodie all up on John? They might have something going on, this and that. But y'all only watching it as viewers. So anyways, like I said, Island Boy talking to Landon. Island Boy said it's been too many situations going on, that Poodie jumping on John back and John fixing Poodie earring. Just a bunch of nothing to make some drama. So Landon said, yeah, he been peeping it. He been peeping what's been going on. So after that little situation, after they're done talking and stuff in the room and stuff like that, Landon goes out and talks to John, basically tell him like, you know, Poodie, that's my nigga. I don't know your sexual orientation or nothing like that, but Poodie, that's mine. Basically is what he tells John. So after he's done talking to John, goes and talk to motherfucking Poodie. Okay, so Landon talking to Poodie, and he said like, yeah, you had your head on John's shoulder, and he told you to move. Poodie said, when? Landon said, he told me that. Like just now. So we didn't hear the conversation that they was having right here sitting down. All they tell us, hold on, I don't know what happened. All they tell us is that Landon went to him and basically told him, I don't know your orientation. But Landon was telling him that Poodie, basically, that's all me, that's mine. We don't know the full conversation that went on, but from right there, it sounds like John was telling Landon like he had to tell Poodie to get his head off his shoulder. So that's when we go back to this part when Landon basically talking to Poodie and like, yeah, I just spoke to John and he said that he had to tell you to get your head off his shoulder. And he like, when? He like the other day. He was like, I just spoke to him. He over there. So Poodie gets up. He get up like he about to check him. I don't know if y'all want to say he went to go check him or what, but to me, he went to go check him. Like, you saw my man, I had my head on your shoulder. So basically, he went to go check him. Where we at? So Poodie gets up to check John about the situation. When did I have my head on you? John said, you probably when you was laying on me by the couch. Poodie says, when did I ever lay on you? John said, you had your elbow on my shoulder. So Poodie says, girl, now my elbow on your shoulder. Because he basically coming like, okay, you lied. You just told my nigga my head was on your shoulder. Now that I'm over here, you saying now my motherfucking, what'd he say? My motherfucking elbow was on your shoulder. So he like, girl, now my elbow on your shoulder. Like you lying. You trying to start shit. I don't know. We wasn't there. But that's how it's being seen to us as the motherfucking audience. So Poodie said, after Poodie said that, he said basically, you know, Poodie said John is basically like the bro. It ain't nothing like that. So he don't understand why Island Boy and the rest of them trying to make a situation out of nothing. And even when John had fixed his earring, he said that Landon was right there. But to Landon, he been peeping stuff. He been checking stuff out between them two. So obviously he think it's something going on because he going to question Poodie about the situation after Island Boy then brought up the situation to him. So now that I think about it, so now after Island Boy then said something to you, you want to go say something to John. And now that you and John had your conversation, now you want to say something to Poodie. But hey, maybe you was waiting for the right time to say something. So then we cut into a different scene. Check, Noel, Korri, Seis, they all talking in the backyard by the pool. Okay, I don't have a photo of that up. They in the backyard by the table, by the poolside, you know, just talking, chopping it up. So Seis asks Korri, like, what's going on between him and Lynx? And Korri basically, like, he really trying to dead the situation, but Lynx, I guess you could say he's still dragging it. Nigga, you pulled his couple dreads out, so of course he gonna feel some type of way still. If it was my hair and I had to cut my hair out because somebody pulled on my hair, I would feel some type of way too. I'm not letting it go until I want to let it go. So yeah, Lynx is still feeling some type of way, even though Korri wants to end the situation. Because Korri basically, he like, we done got on the show. Both of us are on here. I know your sister. We cool. So it's really not a problem. But to Lynx, yeah, it really is a problem. Because motherfucker, you didn't pull my hair out. And now I had to cut my shit because you pulled my hair out. So yeah, he still got a grudge about the situation. They talking about that or whatever. He trying to dead the beef. Obviously, Lynx, he not trying to dead the beef. And then Noel, he's still stuck on the club situation. So he asking them how they feel about being left off of Bad and Bougie. He's still on that. And then after that, Korri asked Seis what they got going on. Because I guess they was on the bed and they was talking in the room scene. And I seen that going through the blogs and in the comments and stuff too. People was trying to see what Jada and Seis had going on. But I guess they're really good friends, have a platonic relationship. But Korri basically asked them what they got going on. Are they scissoring and this and that? And then after that conversation, Sid tells Korri to stop flirting with him. Because you are flirting with him. From what I see as a viewer, it looked like you do like him, Korri. Because in the room scene, when y'all was all in a room and stuff, having a conversation, when he come up in there, you give him a hug and stuff. I don't know if you was tipsy or what. It gave you was tipsy and you wanted some from somebody. First, when Korri came in there, he ain't had no shirt on. You was hugged up on him. And then he goes and gets in the bed. And then when Island Boy come in, you hugged up on him, throw him on the bed. I said, look at him. So when this scene came on, and he was talking about you flirting with him, I feel like you do want to flirt with him. Because why is you asking him, oh, you from Milwaukee, ain't you? He want a little bit of him. But he said he don't want him because his teeth. But hey, from what I see, you do want him. I don't know what everybody else see, but I see it. And like I said, I think he wanted some Island Boy too. The way he hugged him and threw him on the bed. I think he was tipsy. At this point, Korri wanted a little bit of everybody, if you ask me. So now it cuts into Lynx. Lynx comes outside with a tray of breakfast food with some cereal that's been sitting out all morning. And he had a paper plate covered with another paper plate. So I'm thinking it was some sausage, some eggs, and maybe a dried up biscuit on there. They didn't show us the plate, but that's just what I'm assuming. I did not see that plate. I don't know what the fuck was on that plate. All we seen was a bowl of cereal. So like I said, he comes out with the breakfast tray. He goes towards the boys while they in the back talking, and he sets the tray on the table. And basically, I guess he said he made somebody breakfast. That scene made me think about Judy. Y'all know in the Bad Girls Club when she was like, I made you breakfast in bed. So that scene made me think about that. So Korri comes out with the breakfast tray. He sits it on the table. And he tells Korri, basically, I have breakfast for you. Lynx tells Noel to bag up a little. But Noel and Korri, they both bag up. Like, they already know what's about to happen, what's about to go down. So Lynx throws the bowl of cereal at Korri. And basically, his reason for doing that, he wanted to fight him basically because a couple days ago, Korri called him a bitch. So Lynx said, since you called me a bitch, I made you breakfast like a bitch. So that's why he got that bowl of cereal thrown at him. And after he threw that bowl of cereal, Korri had flour in his pocket because he was ready for anything. So Korri throws the flour at him after he done threw the cereal. So after that scene, security then separated them. Korri acting crazy a little bit because he trying to get back to Lynx and he want to fight Lynx. So Korri pissed. He trying to get to him, fight his way through him, and he don't get to him. But eventually, they start fighting. But Lynx, I think it was Lynx who brought up, okay, since we both paralyzed, mind y'all, Korri, his finger fucked up, and then Lynx, his hand is kind of fucked up too. So Lynx brings up, okay, well, since both of our hands fucked up, we gonna fight with one hand. This was a hot ass mess. Who won? Who knows? They both crippled, fighting with one hand. So the fight was just a hot ass mess, if you ask me. Who won? Ain't then one of them win. But of course, they're gonna have to get that again. So hopefully at reunion, we'll have them fighting. Who knows? So after that's over or whatever, it goes to a next scene. Some of the boys, they're in the living room on the couch talking. And basically, they're talking about how much of a ball they had at the club. And Island Boy bring up that some OG's supposed to be coming back or whatever. Yeah, Island Boy brings up the whole situation between Noel and Cozy. And now because of that, Cozy, he want to fight again. After they done fought already. After the situation done and dead and over with. I feel like because Island Boy... Okay, this is how I feel. I feel like in a way, Cozy still wanted that from Noel, but when Island Boy brought up the whole situation and Poodie, I think Poodie said basically something like they're gonna have to fight again, they're gonna have to run it again, something like that. I don't know, I just heard Poodie. Now all of a sudden Cozy wanna fight again because they end up fighting. I feel like it doesn't take much to put... All you got to do is put a battery in Cozy back, and he ready to go. And before Noel had even said that, I was already thinking that, like, damn, all you got to do is put a battery in Cozy back, and he ready to act. The same thing, like, in the beginning, when Natalie had said something, Cozy felt like he was disrespected. They put a battery in your back. And now in this scene, they put a battery in your back. And now you want to fight him again. So now this fight this they second time fighting. Second, third time, who knows? But they didn't fought like three times. So they get to fighting again. Noel feel like they put a battery in Cozy back, which I feel like they did in a way too. But I feel like Cozy, he still wanted it. Eventually he was gonna want it. But because Island Boy said something and put that battery in his back, now he want it. So that's how Noel feel. Noel was feeling the same way I felt. I ain't gonna lie. Noel, he gave it to him both rounds. He was giving it to him a little bit the first round, but I guess he ended up like tripping over, falling over or whatever. And then he ended up falling on a couch. And I guess you could say Cozy was getting some hits in because I think that was Jonathan and Poodie hyping him up like, yeah, get him. So he might have been getting some hits in, but it looked like Noel was getting that. Then they go to fighting again. Noel was getting that. Noel had been getting him with all headshots. And it just looked like Cozy can't fight. If you ask me and you look at it, it just looks like Cozy can't fight. Cozy going in with his head down. I mean, maybe he can fight, but from what we were seeing, he can't fight. So, yeah, Noel giving him all headshots. And then, so this is what I was going to say. So Jada tells Noel he didn't have that energy when they came in from the club last night. And Noel basically said he didn't think about it. He had to go to sleep. He didn't think about it. And then when he seen the tabloids, that's what made him feel some type of way. But okay. It gives you needed a battery in your back too because you wasn't feeling no type of way. So really you really wasn't feeling no type of way until you woke up and seen the tabloids. What it's given. Because you said you had to go to sleep and think about it. Then you woke up and seen the tabloids. No, you went to sleep and you seen them tabloids and you felt some type of way. So now you felt that. That's exactly what happened. I didn't know you had to go to sleep and think about it. Because what did you have to think about? You had to think about getting left off of Bad and Bougie. Now that I think about it, that's what it's given. So after that or whatever, finally, Shotty is coming back to the house. Ooh, I should have took a screenshot of that. So Shotty is coming back to the house. This is where it started getting good at. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the love. Is that Star? Hey, Star. So after that scene or whatever, we get to motherfucking Shotty. In one Sprinter van, you got Shotty. And then in the other Sprinter van, you got Big Banga. So they meet up together. They've been friends for about 4 years since Bad Boys auditioned in Austin. Since Bad Boys auditioned in Houston. I guess they've been friends ever since. And Big Banga looking at him like, why are you out here with your bags? Like, what's going on? Why do you have your bags out here and this is supposed to be your house? So Shotty tell him like, yeah, these motherfuckers didn't jump me. He like, who? Who jumped you? He like Poodie, Landon, Jada. He like, oh no. Oh, I got something for these motherfuckers. Y'all want to sit out here and jump my friend? And Big Banga, he actually liked it, you know what I'm saying, Poodie and Landon. He ain't got no problem with them. But since y'all in this house jumping his motherfucking friend, now he got a problem with all y'all. Thank you for liking the live star. So, let me see where I'm at on these notes. So, yeah, they chop it up outside real quick. And, hold on. Do I want to show this now? I think I do want to show this now. Hold on. Let me wait before I show that. So, they come in the house or whatever. And the only voice you hear is Shotty. Shotty asking, is my house clean? Shotty, no. Them rooms was a mess. They look trifling. So, anyways, Shotty comes in and asks, is my house clean? As soon as Poodie heard his voice, Poodie jumps up off the couch. Now, while, mind y'all, Shotty and Big Banga, they coming in at the same time. But Big Banga is in front of Shotty when he comes in. So Poodie thinking he about to run up on Shotty. But mind y'all, Big Banga is in front of Shotty. And while Poodie jump up to think he about to square up with Shotty, Big Banga basically knocked him out in the motherfucking jaw, punched him in the motherfucking jaw. His jaw swole. He can barely talk. He's talking like this. Like, his jaw is swole. He leaking blood all over the house. So after that situation or whatever, Big Banga, he pissed. He basically ready to fight the whole entire house. So... hold on. So as soon as Poodie hears Shotty, he jumps up. Banga enter first. As soon as Poodie jump up, like I said, Poodie thinking he about to fight Shotty. No. You got Big Banga then punched you in your motherfucking jaw. And basically that's fight 5. So Big Banga then punched him dead in the motherfucking jaw. And Island Boy, while he didn't punch him in the jaw, Island Boy jumps up. I don't know if he was trying to fight Big Banga or if he was trying to fight Shotty, but eventually he jumped up. I don't know why the fuck Landon didn't jump up. Landon, he did jump up, because I had to watch the scenes a couple times, but I don't know. It looked like he jumped up too late, but at the same time, we don't know how production edited the video. But Landon, you were seated too long for me. You should have been jumped up. Landon should have been Island Boy. Y'all see how Island Boy right there? That should have been Landon. But instead, that's Island Boy. So like I said, Poodie, he leaking heavy blood up out the mouth. Like, he goes to the sink. All you see, he spits in the sink. All you see is blood. So he mad, he upset. He want the cameras out his motherfucking face because he leaking blood. He done got punched, socked, whatever you want to say, in the motherfucking jaw. So after that scene or whatever, we go to fight number 6. And this is Landon and Shotty. Now they fighting. Bam. So basically, Shotty calls out Landon. He calls him out. And if you ask me, it was kind of a tie. I was thinking the same thing John was thinking before he said it. They kind of do fight alike. And like John said, they basically need to fight until one of them hit the ground. But I feel like they was both giving it to each other. It was really a tie. They need to fight without security in a way. Like John said, they need to fight until one of them fall. But they basically fight the same. I say it was a tie. They was giving it to each other. It wasn't really that deep, but Shotty was getting with him. So if people think Shotty can't fight, Shotty can fight. He was getting with motherfucking Landon. He was getting with Poodie last episode too. So Big Banga, he calling out Landon. Landon looked like he was acting scary. Cause he called you out like 2 times. Like 2 or 3 times, Big Banga called Landon out. And Landon said, hold on, wait, let me look at these notes. Landon acting scary. Ara called him out like twice. That second time, Landon looking like, who you want to fight? Tremaine? Landon, he's calling you out. He called you out twice. Why you ain't get up and squabble? Like, this nigga literally done called you out twice and you talking about who you want to fight? Tremaine? He really wants to fight you, but you ain't running up. Like you said, you see what he did to your nigga. Now you acting scary. That's what it's giving. I had to watch it a couple times, and that's exactly what it's giving. It's giving that you're scary. Because right after that, you go and fight Shotty again. So tell me you're not scary. It's giving you're scary, Landon. So after that situation or whatever, Landon said, who, you want to fight Tremaine? AKA Sid. BKA Seis, that's Tremaine. That's his real name. So, Seis said, basically, like, why I'm on your hit list. Because Big Banga, he go in there with a hit list. Big Banga got a hit list. He got a couple people that he want to fight. And apparently, Seis is one of them. But he not trying to fight him right now. On the low, he trying to fight Landon. But Landon you trying to fight Tremaine? So now him and Tremaine, a.k.a. Sid, now they fighting. Basically, because he on his hit list. And Seis trying to find out and figure out, like, what I'm on your hit list for. Is it because I'm friend with Jonathan the hairstylist? So that's Sid and motherfucking Big Banga. This fight, only thing I would say is Sid is a little taller. Big Banga, he way smaller, of course. They was just all over the floor, tussling, all on the couch, flying. I think Paris said they flying. Big Banga was getting with him. I guess you could say maybe Sid got a couple hits in the beginning. And then when they flew over to the couch and security got in the way, Big Banga, he was giving them some hits in. So I wouldn't even say nobody won. I wouldn't even say nobody lost. I wouldn't even say it was a tie. It was just like all over the place. So that was fight 7. I was writing these fights down. I'm like, damn, they fought this many times in the house? So after they get done fighting, like I said, Shotty and Landon, they fight again. Shotty and Landon, they fight again. Landon, you supposed to be fighting Big Banga if you ask me. Why ain't you fighting Big Banga? You scary. And I've been seeing that on like I said, I don't be trying to watch other people commentary until I do mine. But I done seen a couple things, and I done seen Poodie even said that Landon was giving that he was scary of Banga. Because how you get up and fight Shotty again, but you ain't want to fight Big Banga? Like you said, you seen what I did to your nigga, now you scared, you don't want to fight me. So this fight 8, Shotty and Landon, they getting into it again. If you ask me, it was really a tie. I think Landon did get a couple hits in, but Shotty did too. I guess Landon, he said he had a scratch in his nose, and then Shotty, his finger was already fucked up, so I guess it's getting fucked up more from him fighting. And he said that Landon scratched him on the forehead. Cozy, he in the corner. He's still livid. He's still upset. He just watching them fight, but on the low, he's still mad. I wonder what he mad about. Is he still mad about his mattress, or is he mad that Noel was giving it to him with all headshots? We don't know, but Cozy, he in the corner pouting, basically mad. Lynx goes and checks on him, asks him is he good, hoping he ain't mad at him that he was swagging and surfing in his bed while it was in the pool. But he good. He ain't mad about that. He mad about something. He's very upset about something in that corner. While all the boys is in the house, he's just watching them fight. So, yeah, Landon at the scene, cleaning his nose. And Shotty, the medics got him outside. You know, they cleaning up the blood from his forehead because Shotty said Landon is scratched him with his dirty ass nails. So, while he's outside getting cleaned by the medics, Poodie basically hears him and tries to go out and attack him and jump him, but security stopped that, so he didn't get fired. So after that scene or whatever, Big Banga and Shotty, they outside while after the medics get done cleaning him, they end up going in the house. So after they go in the house, Jada says, basically, where's the sneak? Jada heard that Big Banga supposed to be sneaking Paris. So he's waiting on him to sneak his friend. Because mind y'all, Paris and Jada friends. He brings that up. And that's that. So the next scene, it cuts off into Landon checking on Poodie. While the rest of the boys, they still downstairs in this living room fighting and getting their issues. So when they come in the house, mind y'all, Shotty and Big Banga, when they come in the house, they in the house. Shotty said his fingers, he sprung his finger. And Jada says, so you're injured now? Jada basically bring up, so you said you supposed to be fighting me every day. You want to fight me every day. So now you can't fight me because your fingers sprung now. Shotty basically like, nigga, if I fight you, I need all my fingers. We gonna get it at the reunion. So that's that. So Jada asks Banga, I heard you supposed to be sneaking Paris. But while he trying to ask that question, Big Banga don't want to hear it. Big Banga, he's mad, he's furious, he's livid. He don't want to talk right now. He want to fight whoever want to fight him. So he tried to cut him off, but Jada ended up speaking loud over him, basically like, I heard you supposed to be sneaking Paris. So Banga says, we will get that when I'm ready for us to get that issue, basically. So Paris like, you got a problem with me? What's the problem with me, basically? And let me see, is this something I'm missing in the show? Yeah. So that scene right there, he like, what's the problem with me? Like, what you got beef with me for? And he runs up and tries to hit Big Banga while he's sitting down. And that's how the episode ended. So basically, Big Banga, Big Banga, I guess he was on his hit list, but Big Banga wasn't worried about that right now. Big Banga trying to figure out who all he needs to fight. And honestly, if you ask me, I don't know why. I feel like Jada should have been getting up fighting Big Banga too. Because them your friends. Y'all jumped them outside. You was one of them ones that should have been getting up to fight him too. I don't know why not. I know Island Boy, I don't think I got into it. I know Island Boy, in one of these scenes, Island Boy ended up getting up. Oh, that was a fight I forgot to talk about. Hold on. Because I had to redo my notes. I deleted half of my notes when Big Banga got in the house. So while I was watching the show again, just to make sure I got everything I want to talk about, I'm like, where the fuck is my notes? So I had to rewrite my fucking notes, and I had to do it fast so I could be on here at a certain time. But they did end up fighting Big Banga and Island Boy. I guess Island Boy thought he was going to do some damage because he got him by the shirt. I think he did get a couple hits in, but then towards the end, Big Banga ended up getting hits in too. So I don't know who y'all want to say won this fight, but whoever, let the audience decide. They're going to say they favor one, even though it really don't be a fight. So whoever y'all say won. But, you know, one tall, one smaller. But even though it don't matter. But to me, Big Banga could get with him. Yeah. Ooh, I'm glad I went across that because I totally forgot to talk about that. So it was meant to be. So yeah, and this was how the episode ended with Jada bringing up to Big Banga, I heard you supposed to be sneaking Paris. Big Banga didn't want to talk about that because he's there to fight whoever fought his friend. And like I said, I feel like Big Banga and Jada, they should have been fighting. But maybe Jada didn't want to fight him because he's smaller than him and he already know he could do damage. So he probably thinking, I'm just going to sit this out and let the clowns fight. But them your friends that should have been fighting. Who should have been fighting Banga? Landon should have been fighting him. Jada should have been fighting him. Poodie already fought him. And obviously, Island Boy had jumped in. And Island Boy, because obviously they got beef too. And like I said, that's how the show ended. So for next week's fight, and I wanted to correct myself. I don't know why when I was watching last week, y'all know how they be showing the scenes real quick for the previous show, Who Gon' Fight. I don't know why it looked like John was running up on motherfucking Lynx, but it was Seis that he was running up on. So I just wanted to correct that. Y'all know the shit be going so fast. I be rewinding it so much. I'm surprised I didn't even catch that because I would have took that on my notes. So it was really Seis he ran up on. So for next week's show, we could definitely expect Paris and Big Banga to fight. And then Jada gonna end up running up on Shotty and fight him. And then, of course, we're going to have John and Sid, a.k.a. Seis. They're going to fight again. And then I think Island Boy runs up on Big Banga. It looked like he run up on him and catch him from the back or something. It was going so fast that you really got to pay attention. I be trying to pay attention to who got what on and what scene. And all I seen was what Island Boy got on right now, and I seen a certain kind of jeans. And them jeans was Big Banga jeans. And I see Island Boy right next to him. So that was my commentary for this episode. This episode, it was alright. It didn't get real hype till Big Banga came in that motherfucker banging on you hoes. But yeah, for the most part, it was cool. Yeah, so that was that episode. And I guess I'll catch you guys on the next one.